Hey guys, and welcome back to Latasha Hewitt Homes. In today's episode, we are going to be moving my daughter, who's a sophomore in high school, back into her boarding academy. I always have mixed emotions about this. I'm excited for her and the opportunities, but of course I'm going to miss her. But one of the fun parts for me is just setting up her room to make it home away from home. So if you're interested in seeing how we transform her dorm room, stay tuned. So here we are with the loaded truck here. Shout out to my husband for packing it all in. Not carrying as much this year, and I'll share more about that a little later. All right, Mama, this is it. We're about to go take you to your dorm. You ready? No. Moving day. Here we come, dorm. By the time we got to campus, cars were already lined up, ready to start moving in their daughters into the dorm. But first, there was orientation for the parents and students to learn a little bit more about what dorm life would look like this school year. After that, we had to make our way outside so that we could fill out some paperwork before we could get her keys for the dormitory. So, you know how it is, emergency contacts, our information, her information. I filled it out as quickly as possible because I was trying to get into the dorm and get her moved in as soon as possible. But then it started raining, so that helped us move faster. I know how good it rain. We're almost there. We're coming. Like, stop. I feel like I'm going every little hole. So I made some upgrades to the front of the building where it's an easy walkway for you to be able to make your way smoothly into the building, move things in. So it was nice to kind of just have that concrete runway. Hey, how are you? So this is where we turn in the paperwork that we were just filling out outside before we moved to the next station where Amara was able to get her keys and her room assignment to then move into the dorm. Of course, hubby was still bringing in items so that when the time came, we were good to go. It was a little toasty outside, so I made sure Amara stayed hydrated with her Capri Sun. Then it was down to Amara's room, which was a little further down than she was last year because she is a sophomore this year. And so we were excited to just be able to go into the room and get started. All right, so here is the room with absolutely nothing in it. Before we start making it a cozy space, and her roommate joins her. So we immediately began unpacking everything. As my husband brought it in, we were trying to unpack it to keep everything kind of a smooth process so that it wouldn't get so cluttered. So we had a nice little teamwork going there. We were getting the stuff done. Things that we knew were going to go in the closet, we already had them on hangers to make it easy to just go ahead and put them right into place in the closet. And so that was Amara's task, making sure everything was hung up nicely. Then we started to move on to the shoe rack. Wanted to make sure we put that inside her closet, kind of help keep her shoes kind of more of a vertical storage space instead of horizontal, so that the bottom of her closet wasn't cluttered. So we worked to get that in place as well. And then we were just adding some stuff to the top counter space and her drawers. I wanted to make sure that that was kind of neat for her and had her clean out some of the drawers, make sure it was nice and neat before she moved in some of her bins and her supplies. So Mara did a great job of cleaning up her space, making sure it was nice and neat for her stuff. We did the same with the drawers that were also under the bed, and kind of created a great system for what will go in what drawers. And we really were doing things a little differently this year, and this was because of Amara. She didn't want to bring as much stuff. She wanted low inventory, so it would be low maintenance. So we wanted everything that she had to be able to fit in her closet and in the drawers that were already provided. So with that being said, it was pretty easy for us to just start moving things into the drawers based on the system that we had created. And so it really made it a smooth process. And I told Amara I was really proud of her for recognizing that she doesn't need as much stuff as we may think, and just only bringing what she absolutely needed. I think after leaving last year and packing up, she just saw that it was so much harder because of the amount of stuff that she had, that she wanted to keep it really simple this year. And I told her, I support you with that. And then it was time to get the rest of the shoes in the closet and work on just filling that up with everything that she had from the suitcases so that we could move that out and clear up the space. I thought we made a great little tag team there, and organization was coming along pretty well. System for what we were hanging up. The uniform stuff right in the middle, jackets to the left, dresses to the far right. So it made it really easy to kind of hang things and make it easier for her to see. Man, we were on a roll until... Alright, so change of plans. We were in the wrong room, so we had to reposition ourselves. Fortunately, we knew exactly where things needed to go because we had already put them in the other room. So now we're unpacking for real. One of the things we like to do when we first move in, of course, is to just wipe down everything with some Clorox wipes, just to have a clean surface before putting on any bedding or anything of that nature. So shout out to Mara, great job cleaning your room. And then we wanted to put in the risers. Mara wanted risers this year for her bed just to elevate it a little bit more. And so we made pretty quick work of putting them in the four corners. Fortunately, the bed was really light, so it made it really easy. It actually wasn't as tall as I thought it was going to be. We did have the option to make it taller, but we felt like this height worked best. And so we moved those into the four corners and had Amara climbing under the bed and everything just to make sure things were in place. She did a great job. So this was her desired height, but I did have some other attachments where you can make it even a little higher. But I thought this worked for now. We didn't really need it too high as she didn't have a lot of stuff underneath there that she was storing anyway. So we just stuck with this first tier. Of course, we had to lift the bed up a little bit more to make sure it got in place. But eventually we were done, and then it was pretty much just time to push the bed back into place so that it was up against the wall. And then we were ready to go ahead and start putting on something new. This year, Amara wanted to try having one of those bed skirts. Now, I have to admit, my measuring was totally off. Actually, I didn't measure it all. I just went with a number that sounded good, but obviously it was way too long, so we had to just do a little maneuvering, which is great because a mattress can hide a multitude of evil. And so we just repositioned it in such a way that it made it easier for us to look like it was the perfect size, of course. And then it was time for us to move on to the sheets. So, of course, we start with the fitted sheet. I actually thought about getting a mattress pad, but the mattress is so thin and it's kind of plush, so I just didn't want to have any extra since she was going with this minimalistic approach anyway. I was like, okay, let's not get all the accoutrement and stick with the basics. So just putting on, and these were sheets that she had last year. They worked well for her, so we didn't have to worry about buying anything additional. And so we just worked to make sure that everything was nice and neat for the bed. And that's always my favorite part. I feel like the bed is always the staple of a room. It's the biggest piece of furniture in the room. And so we also used her white comforter. She really loves white and very plain kind of neutral colors. So we stuck with the same white same white comforter that she had last year. The skirt was the only addition, but as you saw, that was also white. And just keeping everything pretty basic and neutral and that minimalistic vibe that she was going for. Then it was time to open up her new pillow, which one of the things she also requested was a silk sheet, so we made sure we put that on. And then it was time to add her blanket. Once again, same blanket she used last year, even though it was warm in the room a little bit. She wanted to kind of still put it on her bed as kind of like an accent. She tried one way, wasn't really feeling it, and so she decided to just kind of open it up all the way and just let it kind of hang on the bottom of the bed. So that's where she settled. And then we just went with trying to figure out what to do with her pillows. I tried to get her to get a lot of pillows, y'all. She was like, no, I think I just need one. And I was like, you know what? I should be proud of this, right? She only wants one. She's not trying to do too much. So we found a pillow that she thought kind of already complemented the stuff that she already had. And, we were kind of playing around with the arrangement, trying to have like a corner type of style. And then we thought this one worked best. I think I like that better. The different arrangements. And then it was time to kind of put some things on her desk. Last year she had some pictures like that as well. This is from her own room at home. Last year I think she had 3. This time she wanted 2. Once again, trying to pare back. And so we just took a few little accents from her room and brought it here. She loved her rock lamp, but we thought it looked better at the bottom. Another little shelf to put some things on. So really trying to get the desk organized in a way that's really functional for her. So I definitely encouraged her to put some of the things out that she knew she wanted to use pretty regularly. And so we were just kind of positioning the books that she wanted to be able to read and get to quickly. But then, of course, as you move in, you always have to fill out that condition, like that checklist of the condition of things as you moved in. So I had her sit at her desk and complete that before we went out to run some errands. But also, we wanted to put the rug in before we left. And this was another thing that we purchased, one of the few things that we purchased this year. She wanted a bigger rug than she had last year. And once again, a very neutral color, with kind of a cream rug that just went right there in front of her bed. So it worked out. A little wider than I thought it was going to be, but it's fine because it still was within her space, and we just had to reposition it, of course. Then we were off to Walmart because she wanted to pick up a few snacks for her room. And when I say few, I do mean few. One of the things we discovered in trying to stock her up last year is that she really did not eat a whole lot of stuff that was in her room. So we were just going to kind of stick with the basics and get some juice and water. She wanted a few fruit snacks. And one of the other things that she felt that she was really confident about eating was goldfish. And so we made our way over there.
You want the individual ones?
To get goldfish.
They have these, or they have the ones down here?
Right here. After we got the goldfish, we were pretty much done. Of course, there's chocolate there because she cannot live without Hershey's chocolate specifically. Next, it was time to get back to that dorm, move in these last few supplies. Sister came along this time. She was now awake, Sleeping Beauty. And so we made our way down the hallway back to the room to add those finishing touches and also give Kaden a chance to see how her sister's room was looking this school year. And so it's always nice as a family to enjoy these moments together. Alright, so bringing everything back in and just putting things away in the storage under her bed. We thought that would be easiest because she had nothing in there. Okay. Putting some of the things into her refrigerator. It worked out this year because they both had small refrigerators. Both roommates, she and her roommate could both have a refrigerator. So here's her closet. See, very minimalistic. Just a few items of necessity. Her hamper is there. Her iron is there, just on her counter. She has a nice inspirational sign, a basket, and this is her desk, made for functionality. There are pens there, her little pencil holder. There are her pillows. That's her rug. And once again, this is how this fridge was stocked. Very minimal, but very much Amara. And this is her completed dorm room, fresh with pillow, new pillow, her blanket, and then it was time to say goodbye. So we took a few pictures with her sister.
You gonna miss your sister?
course of all this, we probably say goodbye like 100 times, but you can never say goodbye enough. Even though we're still close, it still is weird not to all be together. See you like tomorrow. And these two, of course, said goodbye like 100 times, as though they would not see each other very soon. Love you. Bye. All right, another dorm move-in in the books. Have a great year, Marmee. You know we'll miss you being here, but your family loves you, and we know you will do so well. Until next time.